food lovers. Today we're going to unite by making a seasoned pita chip and tortilla cracker. Have you ever gone to the grocery store and bought one of those jumbo packs of tortilla chips or one of these small little pocket pitas, and after you used them you realized you had so many more and you didn't know what to do with them? Well, that's what's happened to me on several occasions. So what I decided to do was make chips. Now, how I went about that was I went on ahead and took all I did was really melt some butter. I really didn't take a measurement, but I did know that it was unsalted butter. And then I took a blend of 1/2 teaspoon of basil leaves, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I put a little bit of garlic powder, I think it was about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, and then 2 or 3 dashes of pepper and cayenne pepper as well. But not a lot of that. You actually should be careful, because one time, actually a couple of the chips that I made earlier today are bright red, and that's where I put the cayenne pepper, and my mouth was on fire earlier today for a good 20-30 minutes, so really be careful with cayenne pepper. Anyway, so I put all of that in here, I mixed it all together, and that's what's going to go on both of the crackers because I like them the way that they crisp, are two totally different textures. So I put one on top of my salads, which would be the pita chip right here, and then the tortilla chip I actually use with things like salsas and dips and things like that, just because it scoops better. So let's get started. What you're going to do is take one of the chips and you are going to take a little bit of the butter, just enough to coat the back of the knife, and spread it on both sides. Use that same amount for each side, because all you really want to do is just coat the tortilla chips and the pita chips for them to have the coating on top of it, just enough for it to stay. You're going to go ahead on and do the same for the pita chip. Now here comes the fun part, adding the seasonings to it on top. It tastes so great. So all I really do is just mix it up again with my fingers, because I just sprinkle and sprinkle. It's not one of those things where when you paint, you have to paint it or color inside the lines. No, I think the best thing is for you to realize it's going to pretty much go everywhere. So just have a good time with it. And then I just flip it over. Do the same thing for the other side. The last and final step, which I think to be the most important, is to actually slice the tortilla chips and the pita chips before you put them in the oven, because I just slice them into little fourths. That way they're good for dipping and everything. So after we have cut our tortilla and pita chips, I go ahead on and I place them on a baking sheet. I turn the oven on to 300, possibly 250 if you don't really want to stand over them and watch, because the butter is going to pop and it's pretty much going to cook really fast. So you have about 3 to 5 minutes if you turn it on 300, and maybe 7 to 8 if it's on 275. And there we have it, folks, the fresh baked tortilla chips and pita chips. Yay, we did it! Now it is time for setup, and it is time to get to eating. You can use a nice salsa. I know in the last episode we made a mango salsa, but you can use the regular, the mild, because it's a basic flavor that you can use pretty much for any chip. You know how they have the plains and the cracked peppers and sea salts and stuff like that. It's a real nice kick. These can also go very good on with spaghetti or on top of your salads. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and that the next time you're in the kitchen or in the store and see some tortilla chips or pita chips, that you go ahead on and you pick you up a pack and you make yourself a recipe. The best thing about it is that's just a basic recipe. You can add so many different spices with so many different dips and combinations. I'm sure we'll cover that in future episodes. Until then, food lovers, keep uniting and have a great day. Bye!